just start the show with this real quick. How would you, the Patriots fan, have reacted if Jimmy Garoppolo was Patrick Mahomes? I'm not sure I would have handled that all that well. Now, we don't know. Jimmy G's in a different situation. Unfortunately, he got injured. Had Bill Belichick traded away that guy, I'm not sure I would have handled that all that well. That's all I was just thinking this morning. All right, so according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, Rob Gronkowski's ankle injury is not serious and his status for Thursday night is up in the air. Here's what the Patriots absolutely need to do. Do not play Rob Gronkowski. No need to play Rob Gronkowski against a Colts team that will be limping into Foxborough with a bad defense off of a bad loss. You'll get Julian Edelman back. You'll rev up Josh Gordon even more. There's no need to play Gronk and push him. You let him get right with the Kansas City Chiefs looming a week from Sunday. Tom Brady, conducting his media availability on Monday because of the short week, was randomly asked, considering the fact that he's a 6'4" professional athlete, could he dunk a basketball?
Yeah. I haven't tried in a while, but I think I can.
Look, I know Tom Brady's oftentimes the butt of jokes when it comes to his athletic ability, but he is an athlete. And I'd agree with you if you argue that throughout his Patriots tenure, Brady is annually probably one of the best athletes on the roster. One of the best athletes. Don't forget, Tom Brady was an elite baseball player in high school in an elite baseball state, drafted by the Montreal Expos. And oh yeah, he could probably step on to TPC Boston tomorrow and shoot sub 80 from the tips. I guess it depends on what your definition of athlete is. Is it, can you run fast and jump high? Or is it, are you really good at a lot of different sports? For me, if you can pick up a ball and be good at a sport in a short amount of time, that's what an athlete is. If you can just run fast and jump high, you're athletic. An athlete requires coordination and ball skills. Now, Tom Brady's wife, Gisele, is coming out with a new book. Is it out today? I forget when it's out. It's out soon. Her husband did some promoting of the book yesterday at the podium. But good news for Patriots fans, because in the book, Gisele reportedly squashes any notion that she'll be the deciding factor when it comes to the end of Tom Brady's career. She said, quote, "When you love someone, you want them to be happy. I've never seen someone love something as much as he loves football," close quote. First of all, beautiful. So that means there's not going to be a cap on how long Tom Brady can play according to those words. That's good. The Red Sox continuing to prepare for the American League Division Series. Talk more about the series itself later in the week. Mookie Betts is my MVP. Most surprising stat for Mookie Betts this season, only 80 RBIs. He had over 100 the last 2 years. With the amount of offense that the Red Sox had this season and the 32 home runs, you thought Betts would have more than 80 RBIs. 10.9 WAR, batted .346. He's my MVP. All right, it's time for the official Boston Sports Post NHL preview, more specifically a Bruins preview. Bruins get their 2018-2019 season underway Wednesday night in Washington against the defending champs. And essentially this year, the theme of the Bruins is their Tom Brady. They have, 1 year left in their window? Maybe 2, maybe 3, we don't know, but it's closing. Bergeron's older. Marchand's getting older. Krejci is older. Chara's old. They're a bona fide championship core. And the question is, can they make one more run at a cup? I don't think they can with Tuukka Rask. It's a shame they've never been able to make the blockbuster trade to get rid of Tuukka and give it a go with somebody else in goal. Tuukka Rask has never brought the Bruins back from being down more than 0-1 in a playoff series. I mean, look at the Capitals last year. They were down 0-2 in the first round. They were down 3-2 in the Western Conference Finals. And then in the Stanley Cup Finals, they were down 0-1, and their goalie, Braden Holtby, had to make a game-saving save in Game 2 in Vegas to avoid going down 0-2 in the Cup Finals. You're not going to win the Stanley Cup without overcoming some major adversity at some point. Tuukka Rask has never shown the ability to do that. And the position of goaltender in the playoffs for a hockey team is way too important to have that kind of black mark. I think the Bruins could win the Atlantic Division. The Lightning are probably my favorite to do that. And it's a damn shame they couldn't have gotten John Tavares, because he might be the MVP and now he's playing for one of your biggest rivals. I think this Bruins season will look a lot like the last few. And by the way, they are absolutely the number 4 team in Boston right now. They're obviously not above the Patriots, and you can't put them right now above the Celtics or Red Sox. All right, take a pick. If Tom Brady had to trade one of his best buddy binkies, which one would he trade first? Rob Gronkowski or Julian Edelman? This is a tough question, but I think he'd trade Julian Edelman first. Look, Edelman and Gronk are roughly in the same stages of their career, whole 15 or so. Now, the Patriots have won a Super Bowl without Gronk, but they could have won a Super Bowl without Edelman had the defense been just decent. I think Brady trades Edelman because simply Gronk is just bigger and more of a physical freak. I think it's easier to find a shorter, quicker receiver that can get on the same page with Tom Brady and run effective routes out of the slot than it is to find a 6'7" Terminator with soft hands who can run like a gazelle. Edelman probably a little bit more durable, but I think Brady overall would just have to choose Gronk's size above all else. All right, my lock of the day, I'm taking the Cubs -1.5 tonight at home against the Rockies in the National League wildcard game. John Lester on the mound for the Cubs. We know what he's like in the playoffs. He steps up. He rises to the occasion. Cubs won 95 games this year. They got their horse on the mound. I can't imagine they lose 2 straight playoff games at home. Going with the Cubs tonight. That's my lock of the day. Have a good one.
Well, as you know, I'm not on Snapface and all that, so I don't really get those.